Hey there. Today I want to show you how we basically automate the process of invitations back to the live webinar. So everybody's in the pursuit of how we can make the live webinar automated, etc. But we work with clients who are excited to do live webinars. They like the energy of it. It honestly gets a much better ROI for them. We've split tested that. So we've got a couple different programs. But first, let's cover the webinar itself. So this is a live webinar. It basically covers a case study that this client does. And we can see over here, we use ad traffic and his sales team uses direct outreach to invite people. But in this video, we're going to be talking about how we automate the practice of using invitation emails to drive traffic to the registration page, which is right here, as you can see. And of course, we've got all the copy there, the countdown timer, the form, etc. Over here, we are using a platform called High Level, which you're probably very familiar with. And here's the flow for it. We have a couple different ones that we can see in our automation list, but you can see that this one is active. We also have a text reminder that we may get into in just a second, but let me show you how it works. So when a contact is created, then they're pushed into this flow, because this is the main marketing vehicle, conversion vehicle, basically call booking vehicle for the client. So when a contact is created, they're entered into this workflow. Now it filters, have they scheduled a call? If they've scheduled a call, then it's going to pop them out of the sequence. And you can see here, removed from this workflow, and we have a goal. So anytime somebody schedules a call, it ends this workflow as well, because the whole purpose of the webinar is to book a call. There's other webinars for nurturing, etc. Now, this basically says, okay, so they haven't booked a call, but have they registered for the webinar? And if they have not registered for the webinar in the email list, then it's going to set the event start time, and it's going to wait basically a day and some time before the webinar itself. So we're getting people when they're hot and ready for it. Now, here's the kicker. We split test these emails. So we use a little action called a split, and we have 3 different splits here. We could add more if we wanted to, but for now, 3 is fine. 33%, 33%, 34% of the contacts going through it. And we have 3 different emails that we send out. So this one has invitation, how I raise billions using family offices, broker-dealers, and private wealth management firms. This one is my top 5 favorite methods for getting in front of high net worth accredited investors without seeming amateur. And this one is invitation. I'm revealing the exact tactics I've used to find, attract, and close high net worth investors to raise billions in capital. This client has raised over $2 billion during his career, and now he has coaching and consulting programs for how to do the same. So after it sends the email, it waits 22 days because we don't want to just keep popping them with the same webinar, each week. That's a little annoying. So it waits 22 days. Basically, it waits a month. And then it pushes them back through. It then waits, 5 days before the event start. So right here, after it sends the email, waits 22 days. Then it pushes them back. It goes to, hey, have they scheduled a call? If they've scheduled a call during this time frame, it's going to kick them out. But this also filters them up here as well. So really, when we boil it down, what we're doing here is we are using a filter that says, hey, have they already done something that we're trying to get them to do in the webinar? If so, don't worry about it. Let's just remove them from this thing. And have they already registered for this webinar? If so, just remove them. There are other webinars for nurturing, like I mentioned before, but if they haven't, then let's invite them. But more importantly, let's split test. Let's split the traffic into 3 different sections so they're not all getting the same email. This, in theory, should be random, but it splits the emails, it splits the traffic, it splits them basically, hey, you go here, you go here, you go here. And so on any given month, they shouldn't be getting the same email. But again, I don't really have any control over how random it is. We can only do to the best of our abilities. So with that being said, if you have any questions about that, I'm more than happy to answer. But again, this essentially just automates the process of how we re-invite people back, or how we invite people back to the webinar itself without seeming spammy using the same email each week. We let them cool off. We use split tests, and we're ethical about it. So the one last thing over here is we have our webinar text reminder, just waits 15 minutes before the event start time, and we pipe in a custom value using Zap over here for the platform that we use called Demio, Billions Webinar. Whether they join it, they no-show, they register, everything is tagged, so you can see an example. The video's going a little longer than I thought, but you can see an example. We add tags of attended on this date and the general tag of attended. So something to fix down there. Good catch, because we've been migrating some stuff. Other than that, that's it. So yeah, it looks a little complex, but at the end of the day, it's pretty simple. Again, if you have any questions, love to talk through it. This is stuff that I thoroughly enjoy doing. All right, appreciate you watching.